Hi everybody. So I just finished a session today with a group of educators in Timmins. We were looking specifically at teacher research, but that included a little bit about observation and how to be a good observer and what kinds of things to look for and what to observe in children's play. And it just kind of got me thinking about the importance when we document, and an encouragement to you is that when you're documenting, focus not on what a child did or what a group of children did, but what kinds of questions were they pursuing in their play. So I was thinking a little bit about this panel that I have here about clay work, and what it was about the clay that was fascinating to, in this case, it was my son at the time. And so it would be easy to document that children played with the clay, they enjoyed playing with the clay, they enjoyed maybe things that they made with it, etc. But in this particular case, it was really about how he could use his strength with the clay. So it seemed as if he was trying to figure out, how can I use my strength to transform the clay? If you've ever worked with clay before, real natural clay, you know that it's very heavy, and it's a great material for children who are very bodily kinesthetic and who like to kind of move in their work and in their play a lot, because clay invites kind of big muscle work. It's very heavy when you cut it, when you lift it, when you stand on it, etc. And so that was really his explorations for like a year, was really that kind of question of how can he would push it and pull it and squeeze it and lift it and drop it and stand on it. And so it really had to do with this idea of strength, from my perspective, is what he was pursuing. So I encourage you in your documentation, when you're documenting, when you're observing, to think about what kinds of questions are the children pursuing in their play, and how can I focus on those in my documentation and sharing those with others, and think more about them so that I can focus on responding to children's questions in their play instead of focusing on the actual material that the children are playing with. Because oftentimes, most of the time, the material that children are playing with is a catalyst for experimenting with an idea or something else. Children zooming cars across the floor, or flying paper airplanes, or trying to jump off chairs or tables, for example, is likely an interest in the trajectory schema, if you know about schema play. And so this idea of what happens when I put things and myself and items through space, what happens with gravity, right? Experimenting with gravity and how fast things move, or how slow they go, etc. So when you're documenting this week, I encourage you to ask yourself, what kinds of questions are children pursuing in their play and in their experiences, and how can I document those and share those with others to be able to think more about them, and then respond to children's questions rather than just the specific thing that they're doing and the specific material that they're using. So just something I was reflecting on after the session and thinking a little bit more about, and I hope that helps you in your work this week. Take care.